What up, Scale? Welcome to Bar Vibes with Bryce the Fourth. Getting our raw reaction and interacting with the masses. No subject is safe. You hear the people and the noise, but that's the point, because without the people, what is the point? Embrace some vibrations. You already know we have to start. Eagles, Jets. They lost the game. It's okay. Perfectly okay. You can ask 29 other teams. Would you like to be 5-1? Yes. Wasn't a great game. Jalen didn't have a great day. He did have 3 picks. We had 4 turnovers. Any game, and I don't know the stats, I didn't look it up because I was being lazy, but you get 4 turnovers, you're going to lose that fucking game. No matter how bad the other team is. You give the ball away to the other team 4 times, you are more than likely, I'd say like 95, upwards of 97%, you're going to lose that game. Unless the other team is just dog shit. I'm talking like CFL, XFL. You're going to lose the game. It is what it is. If you watch the game, 2 of them not on him. Sorry, I'll go 1 of them not on him, because there was one where Lane Johnson got hurt, and his backup got beat, got his arm hit. What's up, Mark? You good? Got his arm hit, and he threw a duck. It just happens, you know. Your elbow gets hit, try to throw the ball, flies up in the air. The one he tried to force to Devontae in double coverage, what are you doing? But the last one was fucking awful. Off your back foot, your receiver, Dallas Goedert, not even going in that direction. At the end of the game, when you could have just bled the clock, it's a combination of play calling and also your quarterback making a good decision. At the end of the day, though, Jets defense, great. They did what they needed to do. They kept Jalen from running. And here we go with the play calling again. Eagles didn't run the ball at all. 80 yards on the ground as a whole. Not even just like running backs, as a whole. That's not how we do things. We as in Eagles. I mean, Zach Wilson didn't make any mistakes. They got the plays where they needed to make them. Again, 5-1. Yes, we have the Dolphins next week. Yes, injuries are piling up right now, which was not the case last year, which is why the Eagles were so good. You got to overcome those things. The Julio Jones signing. I hear people like, oh my God, Julio Jones is old. Listen, Quez Watkins out on IR. If you put Julio Jones in the slot with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on the outside, that man's going to get first downs all day. And he might even be the fourth best option behind Dallas Goedert. 3rd and 5, throw that man a slant. That's a first down. 3rd and 6, throw that man a dig. That's a first down. I'm not worried, and you shouldn't be worried if you're an Eagles fan. Let's go Birds. We're all right. Don't worry about it. The Ravens and Titans. There's a lot of games this week. There was just a lack of offense, and this was one of them. Punt, kicks, field goals. Titans, again, I told you last week, Ryan Tannehill, he's just... It's hard to call him a game manager because he just does dumb things. And then on the flip side, Lamar Jackson, I don't know, maybe he feels like the people are telling him to be a better passer, and maybe his coaches are telling him be a better passer. That is not your game. It's just not. Do what you do best. Yes, they won the game, but it was very sloppy, a very uninteresting game. A lot of these games just very uninteresting this week. I mean, it was 19-13. Who cares? They won the game, but at the end of the day, Derrick Henry is not doing the Derrick Henry things because the play action for the Titans is just not working because they don't have the receivers to get it done. Ravens pulled it out, and that's what it was. Browns 49ers. Listen, I was betting. I went to my local watering hole, and the first thing I said to multiple people, do not bet the Niners today. Now, I'll tell you, I had a friend of mine, I saw him today. He was in the bar that I was at, and he heard me say that. And I saw him today, he was like, thank you. Thank you for telling me not to bet on the Niners. It was just a weird feeling. They made Brock Purdy look like Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft. He's not invincible. They did have injuries. Debo got hurt. Christian McCaffrey got hurt. So when you take away his weapons, he looks like a player that was drafted last overall from Iowa State. That's what it is. It's the same thing with I don't know, any quarterback who can play quarterback in the NFL, but you got weapons. When you take them weapons away and you play a really good defense, Myles Garrett versus Trent Williams. That was a fire matchup. And Myles Garrett has enough moves where he can bull rush, he can beat you outside, he can play inside against your center, where they can move him anywhere. And once you don't have that element of, well, we got to keep him. Nope. The defense for the Cleveland Browns showed up. Their quarterback he didn't need to do anything. Just keep the offense on the field, kick some field goals, score a touchdown here. Bring Kareem Hunt back was great. And they knew what they were doing because Kareem Hunt knows the offense. He was there last year. Man was sitting on his couch. And he was like, yep, give me a phone call. If, the Niners don't have, Debo and a couple more weapons, they can't get it done on offense. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. I didn't bet on them. So, Giants, Bills. Again, another game where it's just like, what are we doing here? Are we really watching this? Tyrod Taylor, the backup for the Giants, did the best that he could. Saquon Barkley is a good running back, but if I was in the front office for the Giants, I understand. Like, even at Penn State, he's a home run hitter. He's not a between the tackles guy. He will get you 3 or 4 yards, but for his best games, he gives you that 76 yarder. Bang! Got it. But the other plays, it's like he barely got 3 yards to carry. The Bills, I don't know. You get the games where the Bills are like, oh my God, here we go. And then you get the games where the Bills are like, it's just like no spark. And it's weak. It's like every other week. I mean, you're playing the Giants, who are not great, and you barely squeak out a win. But a win is a win. A win is a win. Bills Mafia, though, I've said it before. Love Bills Mafia. Bills Mafia is fire. Lions, Bucks. Listen, Lions deserve all of their flowers. All of their flowers. Even if they don't score 30, they win with very convincing fashion. I talked about the Bucks a couple weeks ago. They are lackadaisical. They don't have a area where it's like, oh my God, the Bucks are great on special teams. Oh my God, the Bucks are great on defense. Or oh my God, the Bucks have this and no, they don't. And Lions showed it. 6 points. No touchdowns for the Bucks. Lions just went about their business. It's coaching for the Lions, and Their coach's name escaped me, but they just do what needs to be done. And here we go again. What I was talking about injuries. They don't have any alarming spots on their team where it's like, oh, we're missing this, we're missing that. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown, their receiver, came back, and they just get the job done. Jared Goff, this might be Jared Goff, who also went to a Super Bowl before. This might be the best team he's ever been on. They don't have any glaring holes, and it reminds me of the Eagles last year, where it's like you're not really getting injured in the right spots. You have players to plug and play, and I mean they're 5-1 as well. 5-1 as well. So shout out to the Lions, Cardinals, Rams. The Rams, I mean, even against the Eagles last week, they were scrappy. Cardinals, we all knew what they were gonna do. They fight, they claw. I mean, Cooper Kupp comes back, 146 and a touchdown. It doesn't even look like he missed a beat. If you bet on the Cardinals, it was kind of stupid, and that's me. I had a 6-team parlay, and I bet on the Cardinals to cover, and they did not. Could have won a significant amount of money, and I just thought that the Cardinals would be able to run the ball a little bit. They did not. Josh Dobbs looked like Josh Dobbs, a backup quarterback. But for the most part, the Rams, they don't get away from what they do well, which is hold the football, rush the passer. They didn't do that much, again, against last week, but their coaching staff got after it and took care of, a division rival, and that's what it is. Patriots, Raiders. This is a weird time for the Patriots, where it's like I've grown up in the era where you go into a season and it's like, yeah, Patriots are gonna get like 10 wins. This is a weird time where you don't know, you have no clue whether or not the Patriots are going to win a game or lose a game. It's not on their defense, it's on their offense. They do not have an identity where it's like, yeah, we can dump it down, or yeah, we can throw it long when they have Randy Moss. You don't know. You have no clue. And then you got the Raiders, where Jimmy G got hurt. Thankfully, he does not have a. Nobody. If you watch football, you don't wish injuries on players. But again, here we got another game where it's just boring. It was just another game. Raiders squeaked it out. Patriots look like they're about to get a top 10 pick. It's really weird to see the Patriots be this bad, but they are bad. They just are. Saints, Texans. CJ Stroud finally threw a pick. If I'm him, rookie quarterback for the Texans, I'm okay with that because I'm tired of people talking about it. And it's not like he did it on purpose, but it's done. I threw a pick. It's okay. And they still won the game. The Saints, again, don't have an identity. If I'm Alvin Kamara, I'm like, why am I even still here? And but the Texans can make the playoffs, which is really weird, because when you get a rookie quarterback, you're not thinking about the playoffs. You're thinking about the future. You're thinking about 3 years down the road. But they can make the playoffs this year. They definitely can. It'll be very interesting to see how they go. The next 3 or 4 weeks. But if I'm CJ Stroud, I'm like, got that pick out of the way, and I still led my team to a win. Fuck you for not taking me first overall. Panthers. SMD. Dolphins, Panthers. We knew where this was going. It was a blowout. I am not concerned as an Eagles fan about the Dolphins. I feel like our coaches can do something, but the Panthers, they went up 14-0. I'm watching the game because the Eagles didn't play yet. And I'm like, damn, okay, here we go. And then here we go again. Tua, less than 3 seconds, because they're on a schedule. Tua's on a schedule. You see it, you throw it. Don't think about it, get it done. if you throw them off, if you throw Tua off, there's going to be problems. But they did not do that. The Panthers could not get any pressure on Tua up the middle. They couldn't throw off the motions that the Dolphins do, where they have Tyreek Hill run in the backfield and he gets a fucking head start. You get a man who runs a 4 sub-3 a head start. You're not going to stop that. And 42-21. The Panthers have to understand that's kind of a win. It's kind of a win. You didn't. Listen, Tyreek Hill is the best receiver in football right now. But you got your rookie quarterback off to a great start with a terrible offense. They don't have a solid number one. The Panthers, their defense is and you bust the Dolphins in the mouth. But after the script, the first 15 to 20 plays are done. That's when coaching comes into play. Don't have it right now. Dolphins win the game. They're a really good team. But like I said, you get Tua and that team off that script, it's a problem. Jags, Colts. Jags get the dub. Kudos to the Jags for going back-to-back in London and then coming home and winning. I've never been overseas, but I can understand that, like, lag. Colts, they lose their starting quarterback, who's a rookie. I was okay. So his AC joint tear. So you get a decision where it goes: do you rehab it and try to come back, or do you just say, "Hey, we're not a really good team. Let me go get the surgery. I'll be back next year." Great decision by him and the front office. Jaguars are looking to win this division because the Titans are not good at all. And so, again, another boring game is what it is. Funny take is like saying Gardner Minshew, when he doesn't know that he's going to be the starter, he's a top-notch backup quarterback. But when he's got all this time to prepare and awful. Let that man come off the bench. Just be like, hey, you're not the starter this week. Again, boring game. Vikings, Bears. They might be the Bears might be without Justin Fields. He apparently dislocated his thumb, and then he popped it back in. I couldn't imagine doing that. I cracked my thumb on the inside. I'm like, that hurt. You popped your thumb back in. Oh, God. You're a quarterback. You gotta grip the football every down. You got your hand underneath. That's crazy. Vikings without Justin Jefferson. 19-13 for the Vikings and the Bears. I remember those. Sarah has you remember the hand that you throw, it's sticky? You just slap it on anything. Hilarious. Ugly win for the Vikings. Another team that doesn't have an identity. But you play a division rival without their starting quarterback, and the Bears, who just don't know what the fuck they're doing right now. Right now, the Bears have the first and second overall pick, right? So do you go, hey, I'm not sure about Justin Fields. Should we draft another quarterback, or do you go, hey, let's draft the best two players in the draft? So again, week 6, third of the quarter away in the NFL season, but you got some decisions to make here, Bears. Commanders, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, the tight end for the Falcons, finally got some love. Scored a touchdown. Don't understand. If I'm him, it's hard to go and complain, but I would be complaining if I was him. I am the biggest, fastest weapon on your offense, other than Bijan Robinson at this point. And we're just now doing this in week 6. Desmond Ridder, the quarterback for the Falcons, is awful. Terrible. I thought his first 2 weeks were good. He's bad. They got tape on him. It was awful. The Commanders did just enough to beat a mediocre Falcons team. Another game where it was not a lot to talk about. If you put Tyler Heineke, their backup, is this their backup? You put Tyler Heineke in there, they win this game. He makes so many bad decisions, Desmond Ridder. Just terrible pick after terrible pick. They could be a playoff team, the Falcons could. Awful. Bengals, Seahawks. Seahawks are down bad on injuries. The Bengals, luckily for them, their quarterback, Joe Burrow, he powered through that quad injury. And they finally figured out, let's not be dumb and try to throw bombs all the time. The Seahawks in the NFC, behind Niners, Eagles, Lions, I would put them fourth, even over the Cowboys. If they weren't so injury riddled, I think that they could be top five. They are top five. I think they could be top three. Geno Smith's not doing too much. They ran into a hot Bengals team who they're doing it again. Last year they were 0-2 and they started getting it done. They're doing it again. It's a weird concept when you're like teams like, yeah, let's go down bad so then we can let everybody talk about us and then we can like have adversity. No, just be good. How about that? Ravens and the Titans. Lamar Jackson threw a lot of bad picks. I mean, like overthrowing people, and that's my fantasy quarterback right now. I don't know what he was thinking on like the one where he like the receiver is he's inside the numbers and he threw it to the sticks where the quarterback is just sitting there. I don't get it. It's weird. I don't understand why they, again, won't let him just be him. But I already talked about that. Either way, Broncos Chiefs, the terribly offensive game. A lot of field goals. Russell Wilson is just done. He just is. And I don't know if this is the coaching, Sean Payton, trying to keep him in the pocket where that's not his thing. He's an off-script quarterback where he is like, I'll stay in here for 2 seconds, but if it's not there, if the first one's not there, I'm out. I feel like Sean Payton is trying to treat him like Drew Brees because, I mean, they're same height. Drew Brees was not a movable quarterback, but he had a really nice arm and he could find his way in between the linemen to see the lanes. That's not what Russell Wilson does. And then also I feel like Russell Wilson is just a little bit overly confident where he's like, yeah, I can do this. No. This is not who you were for the past 11 years. Not who you were. What's up, Mark? You good?
Yes, sir.
The camera can't see you, my guy. Don't pat me on. Do not pat me on the head, my boy. Don't do that. Some people, yeah, man. Some people. Anywho, Chiefs going to win. Patrick Mahomes didn't have a great day, but winners are going to win. This is what it is. Cowboys Chargers. Last game. Justin Herbert is just a guy. He's just a guy. Nice arm. He's big and strong, 6'6", 240. He is just, to me, after watching him for 4 years, he's just a newer Carson Wentz. He wins a couple games here or there, breaks a couple tackles, runs in a couple touchdowns. But when the game is on the line, he doesn't make the plays. Cowboys are down a lot of their really good players. They didn't have a great pass rushing game. This is a very winnable game for the Chargers. 4th and 1. 4th and 1 for the Chargers, right? Justin Herbert rolls out, looks at Keenan Allen, their number 1 receiver, wide open, but it's 4th and 1. There's no linebacker. He tries to throw it instead of just going, hey, let me get this first down. We can keep it moving. Nope. Let me be a fucking hero and throw it. Didn't understand it. Chargers should have won this game. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. Cowboys won. Dak Prescott didn't have an amazing game, but they will still talk about how he won the game. CeeDee Lamb. He had 7 for 117 yards. Get it. But every time he caught the ball, on the ground. No yak, yards after catch. Caught the ball, fall on the ground. 7 for 7 on targets. And as you should, catch the football. But he's not doing anything spectacular. I don't want to hear him in top 10 receivers. I don't. He's not better than A.J. Brown. He's not better than Cooper Kupp. He's not better than the other 7 receivers. 8. I could name 9 other receivers better than him. Don't want to hear it. But they won the game. Kudos to them. Not going to win the division. You heard it here first. In other sports news, let's go Phils. Ring that goddamn bell. They're up 2-0 on the Diamondbacks. Shout out to the Phillies for bringing the Phillies bus to Delaware. Shout out to the First State. They brought the Phillies bus to Delaware, handing out rally towels. I fucking forgot my rally towel at home. And they're getting it done. I mean, Bryce Harper with the most postseason home runs for the Phillies. Nick Castellanos fucking raking them. 3 home runs in the last 5. Trey Turner, he did have that error, but still, hey, listen, Bohm, making goddamn plays on defense, on one knee. Kyle Schwarber, the most leadoff home runs in history. You got to get it done. We want to get back to the World Series, and we're going to get it done. Yes, I'm wearing a green hoodie today because the Liverpool Reds, yes, it's green. It was for St. Paddy's Day. They've been off for a while, so I just wanted to wear some Liverpool merch. They'll be back Saturday morning, 7:30. Holy moly! Hockey is back. NBA starting up preseason, and sports is back. This is the best month for sports in general. Everything is back. We got NFL. We got playoff baseball. Hockey starting back. NBA is starting, and the NCAA is up, so you get it. Big ups to the First State. Stay focused and be great. Take a sip. Much love from the kid. Stay focused. Enjoy life. Stay chill. And we're back. Best month of sports. I told you that. Shout out to the Phanatic. You'll see him on my thumbnail. And people standing up on the roofs talking about them Phillies. We're going to dance on our own. Peace out.